Hey Kids Fit crew, I'm Hy-Vee Dietitian Amanda and welcome to Snack Attack. Today we'll be talking all about pre-game snacks. So as a dietitian, I coach people with their health through tasty foods and drinks. Just like NFL teams like the Kansas City Chiefs have a football coach teaching them to play their best game. I do the same, but with food. So today, we're going to talk all about those pre-game snacks, so let's hop to it. So with pre-game snacks, we want to make sure that really with any snacks, we're balancing them out just like we're balancing out our meals. So it's important to have some good balance and variety. One way to make it a little bit easier for you is remember you always want a source of protein and fat with a source of fiber. So protein is going to keep our muscles nice and strong and healthy, and sources of protein will be Greek yogurt, your meat, your cheese, eggs, hummus, or even nut butters. On the other hand, we have fiber. So fiber is going to give us that boost of energy, and also it keeps our heart super healthy. Sources of fiber will include your fruits, vegetables, and whole grains such as popcorn. So today, we're going to be making our balanced snack. We're going to be making Kansas City touchdown parfaits with a combination of some protein and carbs. So we want to make sure for pre-game snacks, it's a little bit different than maybe your typical snacks. You remember I mentioned those fiber sources. We want to make sure that we're definitely getting those from a good source of carbohydrates, because carbohydrates really give us that surge of energy that we need to speed past our opponent on game day. So other sources of fiber, we're going to be using our fiber or carb source from our fruit today, but you can also do that from grains as well. Today the fruit we'll be using includes raspberries. So we're going to be using about 6 ounces of raspberries. We're also going to need 1 to 2 fresh peaches. You're also going to need about 12 ounces of your favorite vanilla Greek yogurt. You'll also need about 3/4 cup of milk or milk substitute, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and about 2/3 cup of your favorite granola. All right, so now let's get going with this recipe. I am pumped up about these parfaits. Parfaits are so fun, tasty, and you can do so much with them, and you can even make them ahead of time, even 3 or 4 days, so they're in your fridge and ready to go for whenever you need them. So we have our raspberries in our bowl. We're gonna go ahead and cut up our peaches as well. So make sure you have a parent with you helping you, because you might need a little bit sharper of a knife to cut up your peaches. They are in season right now, and when you're picking out a peach, you want them to be a little bit soft and you want them to be very fragrant. These peaches smell really good. So the reason why we're choosing peaches and raspberries is in the season or the spirit of the Kansas City Chiefs, right? So our peaches will be that nice yellow or gold color, and the raspberries will give us that red color. Can you guys think of any other foods that are red and yellow? How about strawberries or pineapple or even cherries? You can also have tomatoes, cheese, popcorn, and there's a ton more. So see how many red and yellow or red and gold fruits or vegetables or food items you guys can think of. And that's another way we can celebrate the Chiefs this week. All right, so I'm just cutting our peaches and adding them in our bowl with our washed raspberries. We want to make sure we're always rinsing off our fresh fruit before we're adding it to our recipes, to make sure that we're getting any germs or dirt off of them. One thing to remember too, we talked about different red and yellow fruits and foods and vegetables. By having a variety in color, not only does that make eating healthy more fun, it's also going to give us a variety of nutrients. So we want to make sure that we have a variety of nutrients. Nutrients work just like players on the field. So if they're all there, if we have everyone that we need on the field, they're probably going to work a lot better together, whether compared to if we have one team that has only half of their players on the field. Nutrition, or vitamins and minerals, work the same way. So we want to make sure we have lots of variety from lots of different foods. So if you're used to eating the same thing all the time, try something new. Give it a shot. Even if you tried it once before and it wasn't your favorite then, you might really like it now. All right, so I have my fresh fruit cut there. Now we're going to make our yogurt mixture. So our Greek yogurt is going to be our source of protein. I love a good vanilla Greek yogurt. We're going to be needing about 12 ounces. So there are 8 ounces in 1 cup. So 12 ounces is going to be about a cup and a half. So that is probably about right. Okay, next we're going to be adding our chia seeds. This is going to give us a boost of fiber as well. It's also going to give us some healthy fats, and you can easily add them into anything from your oatmeal to your yogurt to your salad dressings. And this is also just going to keep your body really healthy, and it'll help us fight off any disease because it has antioxidants, and antioxidants are like little warriors, and they don't have any taste or flavor to them at all. So even if you're nervous to try them, don't be, because you can't even taste them, and they're so good for you and to keep your game sharp. So all right, now we're adding in our milk. Again, feel free to use a regular dairy milk or a milk substitute of your choice, like almond milk or coconut milk. Okay, now we're going to be adding our granola. So I have about 2/3 cup, and I'm using a honey almond in here. This will give us more carbohydrates too, again, for that extra energy on the field. So we're just gonna stir this up like so. It almost makes a little high protein cereal between the nuts and Greek yogurt that we have here. Okay, now it's time to assemble, guys. So feel free to use any regular cups, bowls, whatever you have on hand in your kitchen. I love using these little mason jars because they're great to take on the go. They fit in a cup holder in the car, and you can reuse them over and over and over again. So if you don't have some of these mason jars, maybe pick some up from Hy-Vee next time you're in. So what we're going to do is we're going to just be making layers. So you want a good ladle or a spoon, and you're going to slowly add your first layer of Greek yogurt on top. And if you make a little mess, that's okay. I always say that's a part of learning. Then you're going to gently put some of our red and yellow fruits on top. And then we're going to add another layer of our yogurt granola mixture. And then you're going to add another layer of your fruit. Oh, look how awesome these look. If you make these, your friends are going to think you're so fancy and that you're a chef because they taste so good. But the secret is they're so easy to make, and anyone can do this at home. So I'm just going to close this up tightly, and then we have our little parfaits. And this recipe is going to make enough to make several of these. I would say at least 4 to 5 of these little mason jars from this one recipe. And you can keep these in the fridge for about 4 to 5 days, and they're going to last you all day long. And my challenge to you is make sure that you have this pre-game snack, these KC Touchdown Parfaits. Try these out this week. Also, be sure there's a secret here. When you're pre-game snacking, you want to make sure not to have it too early, because then you're topping off your fuel stores and then you're burning it all off. So you want to make sure that you focus on timing. So you want to have your pre-game snack 30 minutes to an hour before you hit the field. So make sure not to have it too early, have it right on time, and that's why it's nice to have it just already ready on hand, so that if you're looking last minute and you're like, oh no, I need my pregame snack for my energy, it's already done and ready, right? All right, well, thank you for tuning in, and make sure that you guys go over to Hy-VeeKidsFit.com, join the club. We have a ton of fun activities and fun, simple recipes like these. So we hope to see you over there, and we will see you guys next time.